and the first one is, do you have any suggestions for getting teens to join a group? How do you get them to give it a try and then rope them in? And that's a challenge, especially with boys. And first, I just want to validate that that is a real challenge. So if you're a child life specialist thinking that it's you and that's why teenage boys are not responding to your group, just remind yourself about what's happening with the teen brain, and also with what Meredith was talking about with instrumental versus intuitive grievers. Many boys do tend to be more instrumental in their focus. So a couple suggestions. Preparing parents for how to present a group to teens can be really helpful. And sometimes we just really encourage parents to tell their teens that they would like for them to give it a try. And they can set it up initially with some conversation with the teen. Do you think, trying it 3 times or 4 times would be best, 2 times or 3 times? That can be really helpful and just at least get the teen there. Another really helpful thing is to have pictures or videos or other ways that the teen can kind of get a sense of what the group might be like. That could be through a website or something that you send to the parent. Just thinking about like the photo that we have in the presentation with the teen boy hitting the pumpkin with a bat. If a teen boy sees that picture, they may be much more likely to think, okay, this could be fun, maybe I'll give it a try. And to make sure that parents know to tell their teens that the goal of the group is not to just sit around and talk about stressful things, that we do stuff, that we have fun, that there's lots of different activities. And then the last piece is just to really understand a little more about what that teen really does like to do, and then be thinking about ways to, include activities that they would enjoy. Let me turn it over to Meredith for the next question.
The second question that we saw was, how do you discern what to share with parents without breaking trust, but communicate what is happening with the teen? Assuming that the child life specialist will have an interaction with the parent, establishing, as I referenced in the beginning, where you want to go, establishing the relationship with the teen, but also helping explain to the parent what your therapeutic goals are. So generalities around what you will be doing with their teen, I think, gives them an idea from the very beginning of what the work with the teen will be like for you. And then coming back with summaries of what you have done. It's not breaking confidentiality to share with them your opinions of potentially directions they can go to be helpful to support their teen, recommendations that you have to them as a parent. So I think both of those things are critically important. And then I do think if you discern that there is something that strikes you as being very important for the parent to know, going back and checking it out with the teen, reflecting that you think it would be information that would be valuable that their parent would want to know, helping them, as I said, think through sharing it. But of course, as we said in the end, if at any point you feel that the information you're holding indicates that there could be harm to the teen or another person, that's when you need to take specific action.
Okay, everyone. The only other thing that came to mind just in response to the first question that was asked is to remind yourself that sometimes we don't have the opportunity, many times we don't have the opportunity to work directly with teenagers, and guiding parents can really go a long way in supporting the teen. And so just remembering that we can do a lot to support teens indirectly through the parents and through other professionals. We don't see any other questions coming in, and we just really want to thank you for your time today and want to direct you to the resources that are shared in with the presentation, and just to know that we're also here as resources here at Wonders and Worries. Should anyone have any other questions or needs in the future, don't ever hesitate to reach out to us. We just really appreciate getting to spend this time with you. Have a great afternoon.
Meredith and Kim, since nobody else can talk on the webinar, I'll take this opportunity to thank both of you on behalf of everybody who attended today. This was very helpful, very comprehensive, and I definitely appreciate all the work you've put into preparing and presenting today. So thank you so much. And I would like
Thank you.
I'd like to thank everybody who attended today as well. If you've joined us for a webinar. Before you know that we take a minute at the very end to evaluate the webinar. This is really great information for us to have. I'll share the results of the evaluation with Meredith and Kim, and we also use it as we're planning future webinars, so please take a second to do this. The certificate, along with the references and the handouts that Meredith and Kim talked about, are in the chat box. You can download them from there. You can also wait if you'd rather and get them from the email that will come out later today. And if you have any trouble getting them, just email me at webinars@childlife.org, and I'm happy to send them to you directly. We hope you'll join us for another webinar, and I hope everybody has a great rest of the afternoon.